There is one thing in this world that both unifies people and puts them against each other, that lift people up and push them down, that inspire people and also demotivate them. It provides hope but also fear. The thing I'm talking about is religion. Religions was a massive part of everyday life thousands of years ago and plays an even bigger part today in the modern world. It comforts the less fortunate that even if they have no one or nothing, they will still find comfort in their faith. But what if their faith was put to the test as their world around them becomes apocalyptic and they are forced to endure pain and suffering? Would they still hold the faith dearly, or become cynical and let it all go? You're probably wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, and what I'm talking about has got to do with Kenshi. I'm getting to the point of the Holy Nation, one of the big three empires that whole ideal is religion and faith. It would appear that a nation built on faith to a higher power would prosper in a world like Kenshi, but if you've played the game, you'll see it's quite the opposite. Let's first look at the Holy Nation and what they are. The Holy Nation is a nation built upon religious and zealous oppression. Faith in their god Okran is not debated in this area, and any non-believers are deemed heretics and put to the sword, or worse. They show extreme signs of fanaticism, fascism, sexism, racism, all the isms. Hearing this might make your skin crawl and want nothing more than to destroy these religious racists and bring peace and diversity to these barren lands, but in my opinion, they are the best hope for the people of Kenshi, and here is a few reasons. Number one is unity. The entire Holy Nation is a coalition of like-minded individuals who believe in Okran, the Lord of Light and Purity. We all learn about him in abundant temples around the Holy Nation and through their law-enforced book, the Holy Flame, their version of the Bible. Anyone caught without the Holy Flame on their person is deemed a terrorist and imprisoned. It should also be noted that women are discriminated against and are not deemed individuals. Any woman deemed out of place is branded as a terrorist and a seductress. You might think all these laws would be ripe for rebellion and a civil uprising, but they are quite the opposite. With the only exception of the Flotsam Ninjas, a group of women who war with the Holy Nation due to their treatment of women, Holy Nation citizens are quite content in life who benefit from plentiful food and a booming economy. They are bound by religion to be caring and nurturing to each other, as they are all made in their Lord's image, and they only deserve light in this world. Number two is stability. Being a massive faction comes with some serious risks, especially civil wars and infighting among noble and high-ranking figures. The Shek Kingdom's last leader was killed by another high-ranking Shek because of their differing beliefs, with the previous leader wanting to launch a suicide attack against the Holy Nation in order to achieve glory from dying in battle. He was then killed by another Shek warrior called Astarte, who now rules a more diplomatic lifestyle. The United Cities suffered a massive loss when a peasant revolt started after a famine hit their crops, because they held their nobles and rich traders in higher regards. The low-born peasants of the United Cities launched a rebellion, and not only plunged the United Cities into disarray, they also managed the staggering feat of killing the Emperor in a coup. While it may seem common among these big groups to have revolts from time to time, the Holy Nation knows no such treason, and benefits from peaceful society. Their common folk have a fanatic belief in their Holy Lord Phoenix, to the point where they believe he was put on the world by their god, so they will never go against his judgment or wishes. This allows the common people peace and rest with no reason to question the status quo. Their military is also to blame for their peace and prosperity, as their intimidating presence and tenacity to die for their religion at any time reinforces the idea that they are protected and safe at all times. And not to mention also, due to their discrimination against other races, being in a racially pure nation with the ideal people pushes their belief in safety to even higher levels, as they see their home is protected by all outside dangers and from the inside as well. They also outlaw the sale of hashish, which is bad for drug peddlers, but good for everyday normal citizens who don't want a cracky on their doorstep. Number 3 is fertility and bountiful land. Out of every location in Kenshi, no other patch of land is better suited for growing edible crops than the Holy Nation. Their green pastures and ideal weather makes their overall territory a boon for any farmers or tributaries of the Holy Nation. Their lands are that fertile that not only do they have multiple farms that mass produce food and livestock for feeding the nation and hauling stock, they're that efficient that they're completely self-sustained with no reliance on trading on other nations to survive. No other nation achieves this, as the three major powers of the world, two of them rely on trade to keep them going, while the Holy Nation simply reaps what they sow. Another benefit to their location is that, unlike the United Cities, whose borders are far across the map from each other, the Holy Nation is compact, which not only provides strategic military support to neighbouring towns, their trade routes are small enough to not have to pack for long journeys and to get food to locations quickly and safely. Number 4 is racial hatred. While this topic may seem a bit of a joke due to the Holy Nation's bigoted beliefs, it also justifies itself for its nefarious reasons. By having a pure 100% human population, the Holy Nation can mandate having a peaceful population due to the other races' noted behaviours. For example, the Sheks are known for their brutality and passion for fighting. The Holy Nation can claim that they are rebellious thugs that want combat and nothing more. Considering that they don't even farm or mine for themselves, they most likely will be a problem. The Hivers could be deemed a threat to public safety as well, as they cannot properly integrate like other races, as they only have one mission in mind: to serve their queen. Who's to say the queen won't tell them to slaughter innocent civilians and spread lies about Okran? The biggest claim they have, though, to be racially pure is the skeletons, as they have the most tense relationships with the humans. Not only are they so-called sentient machines with wires that represent a so-called brain, they are responsible for a purge that nearly wiped out human life years ago. So saying the robots are nearly doomed us all shouldn't be allowed in our walls isn't really a bad shout, to be fair. Although they do miss out on some boons of other races, they can guarantee that a human nation is not only easy to control, but easy to please, with a nice, easy to produce food and occasional peace. Number 5 and the final point is their endgame goal. Many factions in the game have a goal in mind. After beating every enemy of theirs and claiming their group as the rightful rulers of Bast, they have to then enact their goal. And in many cases of factions in Kenshi, their endgame goal is either impossible or too small-minded. The Holy Nation's goal is simple: convert and conquer. After taking over the Shek kingdom, they will most likely execute or enslave the population. Not allowing the Sheks into their ranks would be a wise choice, as the Sheks are rebellious warmongers, so being controlled by inferiors in their eyes would not be cool. They will be sent to various holy mines, and a big chunk of them will be sent to Rebirth to await salvation in the next life. The various citizens in the United Cities would suffer different fates depending on their race. Skeletons would be put to death with no mercy. Sheks would either be enslaved or killed. Hivers would most likely be mass enslaved or executed. And the humans would either be set free as if they are just citizens or lowly peasants because they can be converted and controlled, or if they are high-born nobles and samurais, they will be executed and enslaved for not being a son of Okran. Overall, despite all its flaws, the Holy Nation are the best hope for Kenshi in my opinion. As they are brutal, you need brutal people in a brutal world. And if you think about it mainly, they are really the best and will be the most, reasonably what would happen in real life. As religion would take over just like it did in the olden days, people would unify, and I'm pretty sure if you saw a stickman creature coming towards you, offering you some good deals and good hashish, you'd probably feel a bit scared of them and want someone to say, they're not made in God's image, join us, kill them. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment what you want to see next, or if you have any questions about Kenshi itself. And also, who do you think would do the best in Kenshi? Thank you, and remember to, have a good one. And as well, also, please follow my Instagram right here. I need more followers, I need more people to ask, I need more people to talk to. I just want friends, so if you don't follow me, you're going to make me think I'm lonely, and then I'm going to have to start playing Minecraft.